Previously on Sanctuary.
This is amazing. I always thought I was alone. Now I know that's not true.
I want you to come with me. I grew up in an institution for abnormals.
Well, Sanctuary is more than that. It's a family. The abnormals are moving in formation.
Someone or something is in complete control of these beings.
What the hell happened to you? You were out of communication for hours.
More like years, actually.
Years.
113, to be precise.
Went through the files on Addison's team. A lot of Ivy League educations, State Department resumes. No marriages or kids.
Orphans preferred, lovely. What do we know about this Addison fellow himself?
He's the UN Security Council's top troubleshooter. Harvard Law, Brookings Institute, The Hague. He's advised world leaders on everything from Iraq to Libya to the BP oil spill in the Gulf.
Wow. Now he's here to deal with us.
If I wasn't such a pit bull, I'd be flattered.
Terminal farm's up and running in the research lab. Are you sure you want me to give these guys complete access to our current protocols?
Bunch of strangers poking around. I don't like it.
Nobody does, but it's not like we have a choice.
What about the T with Magnus photo op with a mermaid option?
That ain't gonna fly this time.
Everything's changed since the calderas to Hollow Earth were breached. High-level people need reassurance that the situation is under control. You've secured the research database.
Done. Current security and user activity are open access. The rest is behind an invisible firewall. And I'll be monitoring their traffic full time, so we'll know right away if they try anything off the hook.
All secure on the residential levels? No stragglers?
Tight as a drum. Total lockdown in 40 minutes.
Good job, everyone. Right, one more walkthrough and we'll reconvene here.
What? An hour ahead of schedule?
There's no way. Gate defenses are up. There is no way he just walked to that front door. Yeah, see? Gate was open with an approved code. Mine.
Well, who'd you give it to?
No one. To the best of my knowledge.
Erica. Well, this is a surprise. Hello, all. Sorry to intrude.
Hi, honey. Wow, it's really good to see you. Oh, did we have plans to get together?
I have some news that couldn't wait.
Okay,
I
great.
wanted to tell you in person.
Good. It's just that we have this UN inspection team due in an hour, and I'm installing this whole new mirror array so that they can access our system without actually
Henry.
accessing. Stopping. Listening.
You're going to be a father.
This type of fish is not good to eat.
Well, the man we seek needs a special diet.
And this is your man.
You probably want to get out of here before things go down.
Yeah, and then the whole thing went to hell.
So this being they were looking for was called a...
Crixorums, Hollow Earth abnormal, made top of the red list after the invasion.
How so?
Crazy huge psychic powers. The doc's convinced he's the one who coordinated the abnormal uprising. Talked to 3 armies at once with his mind.
Oh, how in the world do you stop someone like that?
Well, he's one guy, so there are ways. The problem is, how do you stop the next army he controls? You know, someone like Kim Jong-il, the next Bin Laden.
They'd become invincible.
Exactly, which is why the doc needed to get there first and bring him back before he did more damage.
I take it that didn't happen?
No, not at all. Whole mission went sideways. Next thing we know, boom, hammer comes down. UN gives us 2 days notice. They're coming in with an investigation team to go through our underwear drawers.
And then I dropped my little bombshell.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that at all. This is easily the most amazing thing It will be the most amazing thing that we've ever...
When it finally sinks in.
Yeah, I'm like 5 minutes into being a future dad. I think I deserve a little slack, maybe.
Take your time. In the meantime, what can I do to help?
Oh, shouldn't you be resting, you know, in your...
If you say delicate condition, I'll bite you. Task me. You know I have serious game code.
Which I call foreplay.
Which got us into this mess in the first place.
You're the most amazing girlfriend ever.
Nice digs. A little formal. You know, if you need the name of a decorator, I know a fabulous firm in LA just did James Cameron's Aspen estate.
Did you come here to name drop?
With Helen Magnus? Come on, sport, I'd lose. No, I'm here to make the call on whether or not the sanctuary continues to receive funding and support from the people who hired me. You know, the ones running the world.
It's quite the team you've brought with you. Are they completely necessary?
Well, if it helps, think of me as Elliot Ness and these guys behind me, the Untouchables.
If it helps, Magnus knew the real Elliot Ness, and just going out on a limb here, that's not you.
Congratulations, sport. You win round one of who knows who.
I've arranged secure terminals at one of our labs. My people will be available for any debriefing you may need.
I love it. This is Cassidy Turner, my senior technical consultant. Cass, take the team and get started.
Absolutely.
Help her set up, will you, sport? I'm going to take the menagerie tour with Dr. Magnus.
Will, could you please take Ms. Turner and her team to the research lab?
If you call me sport once more, I'm gonna knock your teeth in. Welcome to the sanctuary. Follow me, everyone.
This is not a menagerie, Mr. Addison.
What else do you call the place where they keep the monsters and the freaks?
You're fooling no one with this tactic. Come in as obnoxious as possible. Put us all on the defensive.
You got me. You know what I love about really great tactics? They work even when the other guy sees them coming. I think you've gotten very used to having carte blanche around the world because you've helped Interpol take down a three-headed madman or covered up the squid blood origins of some president's wife.
Ah, so this is about my ego.
Doctor, we have hit-and-run attacks by rogue, abnormal groups on Lotus Defense training camps, as well as civilian casualties that someone has to explain to the press.
There's over 100 years of history here, Mr. Addison.
Any chance you'll call me Greg?
None whatsoever. Monsters?
Sorry, just be another couple minutes.
It's okay, Henry. Everyone knows this is last minute.
We've got all day.
Okay, that should do it. Oh, great, more people.
Meet Greg Addison, UN Security Council liaison and all-round nice guy.
Henry Foss, right?
Yes.
Love your work.
Oh, thanks. I mean, whatever.
And this would be?
Erica Myers, and I already don't like you.
Yeah, we're, together.
Aren't you the lucky guy?
I trust everything is to your liking.
Cass?
Well, the system is a bit archaic, but I think we can find our way around.
Are you sure? Because she can be a little delicate if you don't understand her mods. Did you just say archaic?
Oh, what is all this stuff?
Just a few adaptive peripherals, since we're required to do the work on site without our customized workstations.
Oh, Doc, this is so uncool.
I agreed to allow your investigators short-term access to our system using our facilities, not to set up an entirely foreign network. I wonder if you compromise our security, even unintentionally.
Make do with what they give you. Given the things they keep in the building, what choice do we have?
What do you mean by that? Things we keep in the building.
It's cool, Erica.
Oh, you didn't get the tour. Place is crawling with monsters, freaks. You know, stuff that jumps out at you.
We're not monsters!
Erica! Ah! Erica!
Just relax.
So not worth it.
You can see why she's your girlfriend.
Watch yourself, dude.
I take it she's,
Hyper-accelerated protean like Henry. One of only a few left in the world.
And she's not usually like this.
I'm flattered.
Don't be.
The way you judge us.
Okay, sweetheart. What's wrong?
I couldn't. I can't.
Okay, what is the deal with her?
Just give her a minute.
Doc, something's not right.
I agree. Let's get into isolation. Come on.
Well, I couldn't feel safer right now.
When you and your aunt were helping the Lycans in Oldham, did you see many children born?
No. Aunt Lillian said it was because our race was so ancient that we were reaching the end of our run. But now I think it must have been a side effect of the medications.
I agree. By suppressing your transformative DNA, she was suppressing your fertility as well.
This might be the first Lycan baby since my parents died.
Okay, but, what just happened?
It seems odd, yes. Your body should be locking your cells to protect the fetus. You shouldn't be able to transform at all.
Right, because when she does, her insides transform as well, so, the baby...
Fetal readings are completely normal. The embryo is healthy. But I do think that the pregnancy hormones are interfering with your ability to manage emotional triggers. Right, I'm gonna run some blood work, see if I can find a treatable chemical imbalance. In the meantime, I hope you'll be comfortable here.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make things harder for you.
Ah, that's okay. It was pretty badass. I wanted to rip his throat out myself.
Duty calls. Henry, you stay here with Erica. She's the priority. I'll, keep an eye on the geek squad. No offense.
Addison asked for coffee.
Ugh, Philistine. I trust you did your best to make him feel welcome.
Yeah, I pretended I didn't know how to talk.
I don't suppose he fell for it.
Yeah, he started dissing the Rays.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, we had words.
Oh, good. There you are.
How are our guests settling in?
A little bit too comfortably for my liking.
It was inevitable, Will. The more they see, the more convinced they'll be that the sanctuary has nothing to hide.
Okay, I know that you're all zen from your 113 years on the mountaintop, but me, I'm just a normal, uptight guy.
Yeah.
Look, we could waste a lot of energy fighting this battle, but there's a long war ahead.
If you start calling me young grasshopper, I'm quitting.
3 weeks ago, we damn near had the abnormal apocalypse on our hands.
Which we averted.
You pulled the nose of the plane up about 10 seconds before it hit the ground, yeah. Congratulations. Not exactly confidence-inspiring. And now we've got 1,000 or more abnormals roaming the surface unchecked.
You can be assured that we have our best teams worldwide dealing with them.
Point is, you and your amazing worldwide teams failed to contain them in the first place.
Lotus made their own enemies by attacking abnormal tribes at the Caldera sites.
And you guaranteed that if they stood down, you would eliminate the threat. You haven't delivered on that.
Or at least we're doing something about it. I don't see you offering up any solutions.
I'm getting there, trust me, kid.
There's a common thread to how these fugitive abnormals continue to evade our retrieval teams and their ability to infiltrate the concealed bases.
Does it explain what went wrong in Jakarta last week?
The reason these fugitives have been able to stay a step ahead is the same thing that makes their army so formidable. There's a hidden leader among them. Someone with the ability to communicate instantly over any distance, psychically.
And yet you kept this information to yourself.
Until I had confirmation. I've had Kate Freelander looking into things down in Hollow Earth, and a network of informants here on the surface.
Which is why we were in Jakarta in the first place.
We knew the Crixorum could pass for human. The only other solid lead we had was that he needs a daily dose of Vibrio phosphori bacteria to survive.
Found in high concentration in the local lanternfish.
We were put in touch with a local who then led us to the man who'd been buying them up.
There he is.
Wahid, Saneng Barte Munada.
And to you,
You know about this man we seek.
there are not many secrets in the marketplace. Not to those who can afford to pay.
Well, the man we seek needs a special diet.
The man you're looking for will be here soon.
And you're certain you've seen this man here before?
Every evening, he buys from the fish seller Samar.
Lanternfish. You're positive.
This type of fish is not good to eat. He's your man.
You probably want to get out of here before things go down.
We used music to interfere with the Crixorum's ability to manipulate our minds. Bloody hell.
Who are those guys? Somebody else was trying to bag the same prize. Black market traffickers, we think.
Whoever they were, they should have been more prepared.
They had state-of-the-art body armor, automatic weapons, and no idea what they were doing.
What is this, a competition?
They're shooting at each other!
Magnus, we're losing him.
They went in there totally unprepared and got shredded.
So your target, the Crixorum, used his mental powers and turned that place into a free fire zone. Not something anyone could have predicted.
There's a reason just the two of us went in there and we left the rest of our team out of range. Because we did have an idea what we were up against.
Whoever sent that other team in is the one who should be on trial.
Well,
No. I'm tired of this game. Those were your men, weren't they, Addison?
you sent those men to their deaths, not us.
You're damn right I did.
You must have really interesting job fairs.
Invitation only.
Whatever, I always figured government analyst jobs were a complete snooze fest.
Not if you like beta testing cool gear 2 years before people like you get it on the gray market.
Okay, fine. Tell me it doesn't suck having a guy like Addison for a boss.
I believe in my work, Henry. Just like you. Only mine comes with pension and health, a brownstone at Brooklyn Heights, and unlimited first-class air travel. Last month, I had a working dinner with Steve Jobs.
Oh yeah, I think I heard of him.
Let me know if you ever decide to make a change. There are more than a few companies who could use a guy with your skills.
You know, I doubt that.
So are you ready to give me a look at this custom system you're so proud of?
You have full access.
Okay, I need complete blueprints for the following weapons. Platinum oscillating sonic disruptor, whatever that is. Something called a magneslinger.
Yep.
And a handheld invasive scent directional detector.
Smellevator, check. And it can't help you. You do realize most of these things are built with an hour's lead time and a deadly abnormal on the loose.
So no blueprints.
Not even a napkin sketch.
You really want me putting jury-rigged weapons unavailable for inspection in my report?
Oh, come on. I never said jury-rigged. Yeah, I guess I did.
If you have nothing to hide, don't hide anything.
I need 20 minutes. What happened? Is she hurt?
Ask her.
Erica?
Don't look.
Sweetheart. It's okay.
I can't change it.
Magus can fix this. You're gonna be okay.
I'm out of control. I can't even think straight.
And that is a beautiful part of you.
What would you know about it? You don't love me. You don't want me here.
Erica.
Get away from me!
You ignored sanctuary jurisdiction over fugitive abnormals and put your own people on the ground.
After the mess you made in the camp and the failed retrieval since, you really find it shocking we have a plan B?
You had no idea what you were doing. You blew all our groundwork by storming in there unprepared.
Hey, pal. I lost good men in there.
Anybody in that market could have been killed in the crossfire. Not that you care about little details like collateral damage.
You do realize the value of that creature. How powerful he could make whoever controls him. An abnormal who can see far-off events and then relay commands instantly across any distance. No way I was leaving that retrieval to your side.
Our side? I see.
If you wanted safe extraction, you could have come to us for a joint mission, but you didn't.
Of course not. They wanted to collect the Crixorum for themselves and control it.
How'd you even find out where it was?
They didn't have to. You tracked us.
Magus, we're losing him!
Stay with him!
He was dead before it hit the water.
But I suspect that's what you wanted. Better to have him taken out of play than to fall into the wrong side.
You both finished?
Unless there's more.
It's just one small flaw in the whole narrative. A little slideshow of the body my people fished out of the canal in Jakarta. That thing that we were all chasing, autopsy revealed no extraordinary brain functions, meaning it was no Crixorum. So now how about we cut the crap and you two start telling me the truth?
I'm not seeing her on any of our security feeds. I can't believe you let this happen.
You left her alone.
I have work to do. You were supposed to be watching.
I'm not a jailer.
Erica! Erica, sweetie!
She definitely came through here.
Huh? How do you... No. Oh, no. No, no, no. You do not sniff another guy's girlfriend.
Oh, I was just trying to help.
Don't help, okay? I got
No,
this.
fine. I'll be in the lab.
Oh, thank God. Hey, are you okay?
I'm great.
Oh, that's great. So, you ready to come back up to ISO then?
I could. But while I have you alone, I wanted to show you something. See, I had this idea for an algorithm that could track coding errors and your fixes. Eventually, it could predict your behavior and fix itself, even when you're busy elsewhere.
You did this for me?
Well, it's kind of for me, because it means you could spend less time at the keyboard.
Wow. This is some great stuff.
Just a few preliminary ideas. You'll need to refine it. Liking the foreplay?
Heck yes. You know what? A few revisions, we could start testing this right now.
Or maybe not right now.
Maybe my room would be better.
Henry, right.
Oh, I know it's the hormones, but I'm so into this.
Henry.
Separate interviews. So now we're being treated as hostile witnesses.
If you start telling me the truth, then you won't need to worry about coordinating your story with the boy wonder, will you?
Everything we told you was true. We identified the man we believed to be the leader of the local insurgent cell. We pursued him. Your men intervened. We saw him die.
You're claiming you believe this man to be the Crixorum.
I believe the autopsy your people did was wrong. How can they be certain that that dead abnormal wasn't a Crixorum? Oh, wait. Because they've been doing this for 120 years like I have.
You reported Big Bertha was dead to keep her from being hunted. I think you're doing the same thing now.
Could you blame me if I was?
Doctor, your high-level allies are not taking your calls. I've got people standing by, waiting to cut off your funding, freeze your assets, empty your accounts. If the case warrants it.
In your judgment.
That's right. I'm the man who can bankrupt your sanctuary with a phone call. Where's the real Crixorum?
Bloody hell.
Who are those guys?
They're shooting at each other!
Magnus, we're losing him!
It's Wahid! He's doing this!
Wahid set up the whole thing to misdirect us. Yes, we should have read the playbook on this one, but things happened too fast.
He created a decoy to take the heat off of him, to lay a trail to the fish market. All of that. While your men were searching the canal,
He headed for the street. Wahid put the decoy in our path, fully intending for him to get killed. He wanted us to think he was dead.
Why isn't this what's in your report?
because a Crixorum can change the balance of power for the whole world.
Telling the UN, gee guys, sorry, but he had us fooled, wouldn't have exactly inspired confidence now, would it? We were hoping to find him again.
Before anyone else did.
So you made sure no one else would be looking for him. Then you could look like heroes when you brought him in.
Heroes?
You've no idea how we work.
But I'm right about what happened. Public enemy number one got the better of you. You lost him. Well done.
Okay. You guys have all the reports on these. I kind of got to get back downstairs.
Last I recall, Dr. Magnus put you at my disposal. You might want to look up what that means. So these stunners have a sonic oscillator. Is that a wide or narrow beam?
Adjustable.
And what's the power supply on this one?
You'll have to ask Nikola Tesla. He built it.
Could you please take this seriously? Oh, you are serious.
You people really don't get this place, do you? You're trying to do a red tape audit on a place where the guy who invented alternating current blows in on his way through town.
Okay, well, we still need documentation. Could you get him to draw up some patent diagrams?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Great. Thanks.
I know they asked you to babysit me.
Again.
Sorry. So you and Henry have been friends a long time?
Can't talk about it.
What? I wasn't.
Gonna ask me about Henry? No. Childhood, other women, not curious.
Well, of course I'm curious.
Can't talk about it, ask him.
I got that. So, what should I ask him?
Nice try.
Oh. Good Lord.
Something wrong?
Henry needs to see this. Right now.
Hugely dangerous abnormal on the loose, which you lied about to cover up your screw-up. That's supposed to convince us to trust Magnus with the fate of the world.
If you trusted her in the first place, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Wow. You really are completely under her spell.
You got what you wanted. We screwed up. We lost the target, and you can spin that however you like. Are we finished talking?
Not quite. No, know, my job's not to pull you over for one moving violation. I'm here to get the whole picture on how this place really runs.
You have a couple years?
If that's what it takes. You know, I get why Helen Magnus wants to protect her monopoly on abnormal science. I do. It's been a good living for her since Britannia ruled the waves. And most likely she'll still be doing it 100 years from now. What does she care which governments rise and fall? But you. Shouldn't your loyalty be to your own kind?
And which kind is that?
You're the perfect choice for her, you know? Father hardly around. Never had much in common with his egghead son anyway.
Stop trying to profile me.
Then his indictment. Just as you were starting to fit in at the Bureau. Boy, that must have been tough on you, huh?
Really? You're really gonna go there?
Nothing's off limits here, sport. People that you're up against starting to feel how powerful they are yet.
Okay, so you read my sealed file. And you know that I don't shut up, even when people want me to.
Shame about your mother. Losing her when you were just a kid. But then again, I guess you found the perfect substitute here, huh? Tailor-made.
So while Cassidy's distracting me with her missing blueprints, her people are tunneling through our firewalls. If Erica hadn't been testing her repair gremlin at that exact right moment, they might have actually got somewhere.
Any details on what they were trying to access?
Patient records, resident inventory, the microfilm database of your father's journals, you know, call it everything.
You did stop them?
Thanks to a few fail-safes, yeah, but they got close.
Oh, no harm done.
What? This is an attack, Doc. Come on, the audit, the investigation, it's all just a smokescreen to get them inside so they can get their hands on your research.
I agree.
Okay, well, let's pull the plug and kick them out of here then.
Not just yet.
Okay, now you're really pushing it. I'm not kidding with you.
Come on, don't take it so personal. I needed to get your measure. Magnus comes off like a superhero, but she's no Girl Scout. She's full of secrets. She'll lie to anybody without any hint of conscience.
For the right reasons, yes.
Matter of opinion. But I'll tell you what's not up for debate. She is about to bring this place down. And what for? Ego? Control? Someone needs to check that.
She has principles. Google it.
Zimmerman, you need to be practical. You can stand around, you can watch this ship go down with its captain, or you can do what needs to be done.
Screw you.
You did a good job here last month. You impressed some very important people. Agree to act as UN liaison for this place, and I guarantee you I can get Sanctuary's mandate restored under your management. But first, you gotta trust me. That means you stop lying to me about what happened in Jakarta.
Wahid, that's far enough. Let us help you.
You came here to capture me.
Came here to draw you out. So we could talk.
What is your offer, Dr. Magnus?
If you stay on the surface, they will continue to hunt you until you're captured or killed. A lot of other people will get hurt in the meantime. Let us take you home.
My home is gone.
Your people are building a new world beneath the surface. I can take you to them, safely.
You've sent the Hollow Earth Osama home to rearm and regroup.
We sent him to safety. His abilities are far too broad-reaching to be safely exploited by anyone, including you.
You realize that's a capital crime.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Too late, Will. You gave him what he needed.
What do you mean, I told him the truth? Yes. Because if we don't start cooperating, they're gonna shut us down.
And if you do what they say, they hand the reins to the Sanctuary to you.
Which I never ever wanted, ever.
Time to start being reasonable, Dr. Magnus. Your funding, your bank accounts, your access. I control it all. Now, you can close your doors tomorrow, or you can accept the fact that as of now, the Sanctuary Network is under total supervision of the UN Security Council. That's right. I'm your new boss.
Get out. Right now. Take your people with you. You have 10 minutes.
What the hell are you doing?
Magnus,
You heard me. Leave my property.
You just signed the Sanctuary's death warrant. You sure that's the right move?
This is what you wanted, isn't it? To force this outcome?
I wanted us to work together.
This entire investigation has been a charade to gain you access. You knew I would never hand over my records, my residence, my friends to whatever abnormal Guantanamo Bay you're planning. I'd sooner burn it to the ground. I have given 5 lifetimes to this work. I have seen everyone I love die for it. Do you really think you can begin to take that on?
This is insane. Would you please talk some sense into her? Your research has been bought and paid for over the years by the people I work for. You turn me away now, you're out in the cold for good.
You come near us again, and I'll arrange for you to be eaten.
After you.
wow. Did that just happen?
I thought it went rather well, actually. Wouldn't you agree?
Hell yeah.
So no offense, but you just told the world's governments to take a flying leap.
I have money put in places that Addison doesn't even know exist.
And there's something else he doesn't know.
Holy crap. Is that who I think it is?
The Crixorum. We got him.
What kind of shielding is this? Can he get in our heads right now?
Something special I ordered behind your back. But we do need to keep him sedated until we find a more permanent way to protect ourselves from his power.
How'd he get here?
He's been here all week. We knew Addison's men were on our trail, and we knew they were going to make a lot of noise going in. This was the best chance we had of getting near him without, being heard. But he was one step ahead of us. He'd set up the fake Crixorum to take the fall for him. While we were figuring it out, Addison's men interfered and...
I offered to get him home safely in exchange for a peaceful guarantee. He refused my offer.
So why did you keep it a secret from us?
So we couldn't blow the punchline.
We had to do whatever we could to minimize the chances that Addison would pull the wrong thread.
So all that stuff you told him, was any of it true?
Oh, most of it. But it's easier to keep a lie straight when it's close to the truth. We had to have layers to the story. Different scenarios depending on when he separated us and how much he already knew.
A guy like that is never going to be satisfied with the first thing he's been told. He's always going to assume he's being played.
Now, the one thing we had in our favor was that he also assumed he was the best player in the room. Give him something to figure out.
Well, in our case, 3 things.
And let him think he's won.
So even if he tries to look for the Crixorum, he'll be looking in hollow earth.
Good luck with that.
Huh.
It's vital that he and his superiors think that cutting off the sanctuary was their idea.
Wait a second, you wanted that to happen?
It had to. The sanctuary needs its freedom. This was the best way to get it.
If we're down, they're not going to come after us in full force. At least, not for a while.
Now, Addison was right about one thing. The Crixorum is a vital piece of the puzzle. Quite possibly, he's the key to it all. I want that leverage right here.
We're gonna need to fortify our defenses, aren't we?
Very much so, my friend. I'm afraid the catalyst for the problems is the pregnancy. Your body's producing defensive enzymes, likely as a result of the suppressive hormones you were taking for so long.
So what does that mean? For us?
There's a procedure I can offer that will slow the embryo's growth. I believe your body will be able to tolerate the pregnancy hormones at a slower release rate.
And the baby?
It's not without risk. But if things go as I expect, you'll have a healthy child. It'll just take a little longer than usual. If that's what you want.
We do. We want this.
All right, then. A word. You've got some big decisions to make, Henry.
Well, we just made the biggest one. She's gonna be okay, right?
She'll get the best possible care. But Henry, not here. The sanctuary is headed into uncharted waters. It's no place for a baby.
I can't just leave you guys. You need me.
I support whatever decision you make. Fortunately, you'll have a lot of time to consider your options. This procedure should change Erica's gestation rate from 10.5 months to possibly 22.
Okay, well, that's good news. Wait, she's gonna be like this for 2 years?
I know we planned this outcome, but it's a big risk. Are you absolutely sure that this is the right move?
I've had more than a century to think about it, Will. When you're forced onto the sidelines, you see things from another perspective. I've made a lot of choices in my life, some of them in haste. This was my chance to rethink the road I was on, rethink what the sanctuary needs to be.
100 years of planning your next move and having to sit on your hands the whole time. You couldn't wait to sink your teeth into Addison, could you?
He's not the problem. I've allowed us to become part of a system that we can't control. There are changes coming that the world is not ready for. So from now on, we make our own rules.